who are the role models in your life? Who are the people you look up to? And you tell me in the tightest and best way possible. Who are your role models? Who are the people who've inspired you to pursue the things that you're doing?
I would say my role models are definitely my dad. Really both of my parents, but I say my dad specifically because, he's been my coach since I was a kid, all the way up to before high school. He coached me. Even now, he's an entrepreneur. He's into real estate, similar to us. They work together. They're business partners. So, yeah, just that fatherly like impact that he's made on me. Coach, teach me how to be a man. Uh, and then probably say I have some other mentors, younger guys that are around me, men of faith, men that have similar career paths that I have. People that are behind the camera, familiar in editing, and like I said, like me. So yeah, probably my dad, and then just some of my buddies that are a little bit older than I am that I've been able to just kind of learn from, and yeah.
So, I mean, do me a favor. I want you to look in your phone and give me a few pictures that kind of reflect your relationship with your dad, so we can throw them into that clip. So that's clip number one. All right. So
Okay.
best shots you had that kind of indicate how you looked up to your dad, time you spent with your dad, a moment that you had with your dad. And now let's go to your mom for a second, because it sounds like your
Okay.
mom's pretty significant, important part of your life too. And just tell me a little bit about that. What are the best things about your mom?
The best thing about my mom, uh, my mom, I love her a lot. She has, uh, man, it's almost my mom. It's hard to put it into words, to be honest with you. I mean, she's just always been there for me. Um,
What's a place you remember being with her where she was like, you were like, you know what, this is great. My mom's the best. Do you have like even a photo in mind that you reflect back on that she was there for you, or you were there with her, vacation or
uh,
something?
it's funny because I'm in her office and there's actually a picture of me and her right up here on the wall. But probably just when I was younger, she would take me on. We didn't spend a ton of time because, like I said, baseball and everything, it was a lot of me and my dad spending time together. But she would try her best to take me and her on like what is it, mom son dates. And
Yeah.
vividly, I remember she took me to the National Harbor. She would take me there. We went there a couple times, and we would just ride the Ferris wheel and just spend time together, going to restaurants and stuff like that.
You got anything from the Ferris wheel?
Like a picture.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's on her phone. I would have to get that from her.
Okay. Item three. What about your experience as a player? So it sounds like you were a pretty good player, maybe a great player, and you had arm
Okay, all right.
difficulties. So I'm not going to blame your dad for your arm difficulties, but I am a little I am a little bit. No, I'm kidding. Tell me a
Yeah,
little bit about your experience as a player, and how valuable that was for you to have kind of this relatability and competitive drive you've got.
man, this is actually fun. Before I answer, because I'm always the one asking other people the questions.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this to you. I'm telling you, that was my whole motive.
Yeah, no, that's sweet. Yeah, man. I mean, I could talk about this for a long time, but I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Um, I mean, like I said, played my whole life. Decided to become a PO when I sophomore year of high school. Um, Honestly, because I always had pretty good command, so I just felt like it would be a breeze. And it was a breeze until it wasn't when I started getting arm injuries and stuff like that. And that was due to immature mindset. I would go months without throwing sometimes, like I don't know, because I would have the command and during the baseball season, and when I was off, just the immature mindset was just like, why do I need to practice? Like, I'm good.
Well,
And
wait a minute. Did you not stretch enough too? Because I'm assuming that
no,
might have been part of it. It was.
no, definitely not. Definitely not. This is like 14, 15, maybe even going on 16 years old. Well, maybe not that long, but I'm saying that was probably the age that I was when it happened. So probably I would say like 14, 15 years old. I didn't take it serious. I didn't take it like it was a full-time job. I
But tell me about like your I mean, because I'm trying to give kids kind of this the lesson. if
Yeah.
you had stretched properly, even if you took a little time
Oh,
off. I think it's
1000%.
great to play other sports, right? So tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about that. Tell me a little bit about whether you were or were not introduced to that as a necessity, as a priority.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, as a kid, nobody really. I got into arm care and stretching and being having mobility the moment I got injured. The moment I got injured, I became a student of the game because I was like, I never want this to happen again. All I want to be is healthy. That's all I want. And I waited until it was too late to then take it serious. And even when I was coaching, I would always tell kids, "Hey, make sure you're not overthrowing because nowadays some 12U kids on the little diamond they're pitching the whole game." you
Yeah,
know, and like it's like throw, but don't throw too much. Make sure you do your bands before the game. Uh, I'm not too crazy about it, but like hit your bands, stretch. There's no way you throw a ball without doing any type of stretching or anything like that. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
So I kind of forgot your question, but I try to tell the youth and even with myself thinking back, like, I should have taken it more serious. Before I got Tommy John, I had a surgery before that. I came back and I struck out I think three guys in a row, like a 10, 11 pitch inning. And I have the video of that. I think my dad recorded that.
Okay, what level was that? What was on the line?
High school. It was just a regular game against one of our opponents that we normally went up against, but it felt like game 7. Just being able to go in there and not pitching after like it had been like close to a year, and just going in there and just being able to throw with no pain at the time, just felt great. Everybody was going crazy, and it's something I'll cherish forever.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Will we hear anybody's voice in the background of the video? And if so, who was it?
Yeah.
Who shot it?
Yeah, I think my dad recorded it, either my dad or my uncle, and you could hear my dad excited, and my mom was there too, yelling, "Hey, let's go, JR!" So
How
that's what people call me.
that what they call you, JR, for
They call me
junior?
JR. Yeah, I'm a junior at JR.
How much did it mean to you to have both of them at the stands? However often it was.
How long ago?
How much did it mean to you when that was the case that they were both there? Not every kid has that, as you know.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was great. It was great. I get I cringe a little bit when my mom yells at my games because she didn't grow up on baseball, so she kind of I don't know. She's a little bit loud, so she's almost like a football mom. You know how football moms are yelling in the stands. But I was appreciative. I was thankful that both of them were there, just to watch that moment that I had been craving to get back for so long.
That's all right. You answered it. I forgot it too, but no, it was really about stretching and about as a player and your pivot ability and relating to other people. I wanted to ask you how. So when you pivoted, first of all, when you sort of found out and figured out, hey, I'm not going to play anymore.
Yeah.
What was your plan B? And was your plan B what you are doing now?
Yeah, yeah. So I was playing at committed Division 1. When I was having arm issues, I was like, I'm not gonna go here. They're not giving me a scholarship, so I'm gonna go in debt. I hate debt, so I was like, I'm going junior college. And when I went there, I just the rules and what they wanted me to do being a pitcher. I know that I don't need to do certain things. I don't I it's a lot to explain, but it just wasn't for me, and the coaching staff I didn't like. I kind of lost the love of the game a little bit because of how the coaches treated me. And I even remember, being in the outfield, doing my post throw recovery, and I'm trying to get back while I'm there on the field, and I'm just talking to my friend, and I'm like, dude, like I have a YouTube channel at the time with like 3, 4 thousand subscribers. It's got some traction, and I was like, dude, my goal was to go Division 1. I'm talking University of Maryland, Vanderbilt, LSU. Obviously
Yeah.
schools like that. So when that kind of got out of the picture because my arm just physically couldn't handle throwing hard, it was like that's when I'm gonna make that pivot. So to answer your question, uh, after being in community college, after noticing what was gonna happen, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna pivot to YouTube, which is what I'm doing now.
Okay. Now, so next item, as you see this sort of world of in the palm of your hand is the Netflix that you need. It's the TikTok that you need. It's the marketing power that you need. It's the revenue generator that you need. When did you figure all that out? When did you realize that how not only that it was fun, but that it was also important to become almost like a five tool player from a media standpoint, to be able to produce, to be able to edit, to be able to perform? How did it get to where you prioritize that and you worked on your game and that as it relates to content?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to fall in love with it. It was something that I didn't do for the numbers. It was something that I did because I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed the storytelling. I enjoyed people coming up to me saying, "Hey, I saw your video." All of that combined was really what made it like, wow, like this isn't just a video. This is something that's on. This is something that's up that you can search up. That's going to be there forever, unless I decide to click delete. So yeah, just really just falling in love with it. And you can I videoed baseball, I videoed weddings, I videoed stuff from my church, I videoed stuff from my family in New Jersey. Like I've done video for so much. So really just falling in love with it.
Can you give us some screenshots of like this variety of things that you've shot, like a wedding, something
Yeah,
at church, something at a sport,
I got you.
something personal? That would be
I
really
got you.
cool.
I got you.
And let me ask you
It
this.
wasn't a wedding. It was a proposal, but I'll send it.
Okay, a staged proposal, and but only one of them knew that it was staged, right?
It was like a proposal, like he got on the knee and
Yeah, yeah. No, did he tell you in advance though? Hey, I want you to be there because I'm going to
yeah,
propose.
yeah.
Okay, and was he worried at all that maybe she'd say no and you'd have some footage that would not be so great?
Uh, I don't think he was. I don't think he was worried. I think he was pretty good. He was good.
Yeah, so he was confident.
He was confident. Yeah, high school
How
confidence.
did she like the way the video turned out?
She liked it. She liked it a lot. I took some pictures too, and they loved it.
How what kind of feeling does it give you when you do something like that and somebody not so it's not just about somebody seeing your video of you doing something, but
Yeah,
it's something you've created. You sort of saw that transition. You started to make other people get more engagement or literally engagement in that case, but
yeah.
get engagement, through content that you help bring to life.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great feeling because like I said, just knowing that that's something that I caught in a moment that's never going to go away because it was captured.
Yeah.
And if with people say, "Oh, I did this back in the day. I did this back in the day." These older people, but they didn't have the footage or picture or whatever. It's like I believe it's cool, but the fact that it was captured was really what made it just
Yeah,
amazing.
show me the evidence,
Yeah.
video, pictures, um, so valuable. Okay, so now what's your advice to a kid who's sort of shy about like producing content or doing something that's going to be cringe if they put it out there? What is your advice and guides if somebody's like, what, I'm kind of an introvert, but I
Yeah.
know it's important for NIL and for all this other kind of stuff. What do you think that should be brought to the party to help give that person a presence without having to be somebody they're not?
Yeah, I mean, I will say it's definitely it's a skill to be on camera. But I will say that you gotta shut out the haters because people are always gonna hate. People are always gonna try to belittle you and things like that. But at the end of the day, you really just have to just not care and just pick up the camera and click record, and you'd be surprised on what happens. Like regardless of if you go viral or what, you'll look back and you'll be like, "Wow, I did that." And you might cringe at yourself a little bit. I cringe at myself when I look at my videos sometimes, but I mean, it doesn't matter because you have the ability to say I did that. So just
Yeah.
documentation and just not caring about what people think is the biggest thing.
What is the hardest thing you've ever been through in your life?
The hardest thing I've ever been through my in my life. Um, Hardest thing I've been through in my life. That's a good question. I've never thought about that. I mean, I've had two arm surgeries. I've lost my grandfather when I was younger. Thankfully, I haven't lost anybody recently in my life that's been significant. Pro-
How old are you when your grandfather died?
I was he passed in 2015, so that's 11 years ago. I was about 12 years old.
Okay, and how did that happen, and how did you find out, and what went through your mind?
Uh, I was on vacation with my family for a baseball tournament, funny enough. And my grandmother called my dad and um she called my dad and my dad got emotional, but he didn't tell us until until we got back home from the vacation. And he kind of just told us, and me and my two sisters, we didn't really understand. Like we were just distraught. It was pretty bad. And yeah, it was bad, but we got a dog in remembrance of him, and that's my dog now. His name's Jimmy. My grandfather's name was James Jones. People called him Jim. So yeah,
So the dog is Jimmy.
the dog is Jimmy. That's my boy.
Okay, and what kind of dog is it?
He's a Shih Tzu.
Okay, do you ever feel your grandfather's presence in your Shih Tzu?
To be honest, I wouldn't say I feel my grandfather's presence because my dog is a very scared, little fragile dog. But I love him to death. And when I look at him, I remember the reason why I got him for my grandfather. So I wouldn't say I see my grandfather in him or anything like that. But when I look at him, it's like, you know, we got him because of my grandfather. So I guess it helps me remember him better because I
Well,
was,
it's an ironic name. I mean, you got this little feeble dog, and it sounds like your grandfather was a big, strong dude.
yeah, yeah, he battled with, what did he have? He had, what is it? The things in your lower back, what are those things? There's two of them.
Discs,
Not disc.
not discs.
I forget, but he had a lot of dialysis.
Yeah.
He was always
So his
his
kidneys.
kidneys, his
Yeah,
kidneys, yeah, yeah, his
yeah.
kidneys.
Okay. Um, what? Who are the goats to you? Who's the goat in sports,
Is the
or
goat
and also maybe also in the content game?
also in the content game? I mean, I'll start with content. I'd probably say the goat. I'd probably say the goat of sports. I don't care what anybody says. I would have to say destroying. uh Destroying has done he's done football content, and destroying, like, he was a huge inspiration because he went to school at a time when NIL wasn't a thing. That he posted some videos that went viral, and the school came to him, and the whole college football association said either delete your channel or either delete your channel and stay on the football team, or keep your channel and you gotta go. You know, you lose your full ride scholarship and everything. And he said, I'm out of here. And that was a big motivation for me. And I love his energy. Super cool guy on social media. Pretty much any kid, like, he transcended the game. Like you can ask a kid that's not even in football, do you know destroying? And they're gonna say yeah. So
Yeah.
he's a person I look up to. And then for the sports, my goat. I mean, I feel like LeBron is, but I'll say baseball. I'll stick to baseball. Probably the goat of baseball. I mean, probably Barry Bonds. Not gonna lie, big Barry Bonds fan. You know, probably
Yeah.
the best hitter of all time, hands down.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Love it. Tell me a little bit about what you envision yourself doing down the line. What is really that aspirational thing that you'd like to do to take this content game to I don't know, exciting and fulfilling heights?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's something that I've been doing a lot of thinking about, really, since I've started. You know, like, what does the long term look like? And I would probably say be able to film videos and and be in places uh, with I don't want to say celebrities, but I would say be able to meet a lot of different people. Because that's, I mean, I think that would be a pretty cool goal for me. Me personally, I'm a big sports fan. My favorite sport besides baseball is probably UFC fighting. So, like, being able to be around that, maybe shooting something for a person like that, whether it's like a client or I'm working somewhere maybe down the line, but being able to be around people of high status that I see on TV, and it's like now I'm with them in person doing business with them. That would be awesome.
Tell me a little bit about when you think of like role models in kind of the filmmaking game and maybe shows that you've watched on streaming or whatever. Do you watch much stuff first of all, like on streaming networks, and maybe older movies or something or shows that you watch with your dad or somebody or your mom? What are some of those things? Are there any of those things where people you look up to who created something where like, man, this could I could be I could do what Martin Scorsese does, or do what Spike Lee does, or do what Ron Howard does, or do what Steven Spielberg does, or do what you name it, right? I mean, do what
Yeah,
Denzel Washington does. I mean, you looked at that and kind of thought about people who like that ultimate level.
yeah.
And be,
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, not, I haven't not really. You know, I mean, I know certain movies and I know the people behind it, uh, and it's like, wow, like they made a great movie. But I've never really been like super into uh Spike Lee and like what he's created or Scorsese and been like, wow, like I mean I like the Batman trilogy and Hans Zimmer and Christopher Nolan, you know that three movie trilogy that he made was second to none. So, but I've never really been super into it like that.
what was the best of the three? I have a specific answer, but what's your answer to the best of those three?
The best of those three. Who? I mean, probably the second one, the one, The Dark Knight. Uh,
Okay,
yeah, what's his name? Heath Ledger.
yeah,
Uh,
he
rest
played the
in peace.
Joker.
Yeah, yeah, he played the Joker, like probably the best person to ever play him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. I would have said the first one because it was just so surprising how incredible it was. I felt that
Yeah,
way about Iron Man too, with Robert Downey Jr. with Iron Man. When I saw Iron Man, I was like, man, this takes all of those movies and that genre to like a whole different stratosphere. So,
yeah,
okay, that's
yeah.
good. That's great.
I love the heroes that aren't that are almost like real people. You know, real people that are billionaires that
Yeah.
built a suit. I love Iron Man. I love Batman. Probably my two favorite people, actually. Two favorite superheroes.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what might that be and why?
Superpower, probably to get rich. I'm just playing. um, superpower. I mean, shoot, if you asked me this 2 years ago when I was playing, I'd say you able to throw the ball 103 like Skeens and never have arm pain. But if I'm thinking now, probably I don't even know. Probably like telekinesis, mind reading or whatever.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Um, Let me think what else. Charity. You got a charity that would be near and dear to you, something you think that would be valuable, people should know about, that you'd want to put out there for people to know that they can help give support in an area of need that's near and dear to you.
I don't know a ton of charities, but I would say probably the closest one to me is probably Bubba. You know, seeing what they're doing in person, constantly being up there, letting kids use a facility, kids that have never swung a baseball bat before. Uh, I mean, giving to that organization is really cool because I've literally seen kids that had no idea what they were doing, and then further down the line, I meet back up with them. I see them back at the facility, and they're doing a lot better. And also at our space too, like not even trying to self promote ourselves, but like even being there, it's just a safe place to be because Baltimore doesn't have the best label on it from what people kind of see in the news and everything like that. So I would say Bubba Baseball is solid.
If you could be a brand ambassador for something and really be an endor and do a true endorsement, you're getting paid and you get a chance to recommend something. What item would that be? What line would that be? And describe it for us.
Brand ambassador, brand ambassador, brand ambassador. Hmm. I mean, brand ambassador. I've thought about this, but it changes because I'm changing as a person. So like I at one point I wanted to do some work with Chick-fil-A. I DM'd them, they responded back like it was a cool thing, but now I'm trying to get the summer body and everything, so I can't, Chick-fil-A has too many ingredients. It's not necessarily healthy. As
Can you tell him
unfortunate as
tell
it
him to tell
is.
him to tell him to do pulled chicken, and you and I can both go there again. They would just do some pulled barbecue chicken, then I'm
Oh
back.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
ready? Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're all good. You're all good. But I don't know. Probably like Chipotle. Chipotle is pretty healthy.
Okay, and
I
what's
just
your go-to Chipotle item? What are you doing there? What are you cooking up?
I'm getting a bowl, extra white rice, extra chicken, black beans, rice, corn, tomatoes, lettuce, sour cream, cheese, chips on the side, half Sprite, half lemonade mix, light ice.
Okay, what are you washing it down with? What's the drink that goes alongside?
Oh well, you get the water cup, so you don't have to pay for a cup. And then I start with the water first, and then if I finish my water, if I'm eating it there, then I'll get a Sprite mixed with lemonade to as like a
Okay,
reward.
so you're just doing that on the down low
Yeah,
with your
yeah,
water cup.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. Nobody knows about this, so
Well, now, yeah, right now there's gonna be big trouble. You've got a real following.
yeah,
So okay, do you have siblings?
I do. I have two sisters. I'm the oldest.
Okay, how close are you to them, and what's the best thing about each one of them?
Oh, that's a good question. Who do I have a closer relationship with? Probably my middle sister. She is 2 years younger than I am. So she's 20. She's 20, and then my youngest sister is 16. I think 16 or 17. But my middle sister, we have a better, closer relationship just because we're closer in age. So we went to high school together. I could talk to her about anything. And yeah, but I love them both, as parents would say with their kids. Like I love them both equal. I don't love one
Yeah.
more.
Okay. If there were a reality show about your family, who would be the star, and what type of subject matter would it be? Would it be comedy? Would it be drama? What's the if the reality show where Bravo came and said, "Hey, we want to do a reality show. We're doing real families of the sports and aspirational world."
Yeah.
What would it look like? Who's the star? And
Yeah,
why?
it would without a doubt. Huh. I feel like I wouldn't be the star because I like to kind of be in the background sometimes, but I would be that character that everybody can relate with. But I would probably say the star would probably be my dad. My dad is a big personality. Yeah, yeah, without a doubt it'd probably be my dad.
And is it comedy? Is it drama? Is it
It's comedy.
action?
It's definitely comedy because every time my family uh gets together, uh I don't know what I don't know what could happen. I'm not gonna lie. Our conversations uh are very energetic. Sometimes there's some disagreement, but the biggest thing is there's always gonna be love. We all love each other, but it can get a little chaotic at times, but it's nothing negative. It's all good vibes.
Who's gonna play your dad? If you had to have an actor play your dad, who would you choose?
Who would I choose to play my dad? Oh, who would I choose? Probably Terry Crews. They have a similar
Okay.
personality. Yeah. Yeah. My dad is 50. He turns 51 in July, but he rejects getting older. He wants to stay fit. He wants to always show me that he's losing stomach fat. He always wants to tell me that he's down a couple pounds and that he's in ketosis because he hasn't eaten for the past 18 hours. So yeah, he's that's why I got to say Terry Crews because he's big about his health and he's energetic too. Like I said, he coached me, coached the kids that I started the YouTube channel with, and if you go to the YouTube video, Coach Corey's last practice, and at the end of the video, with each kid, when you say describe Coach Corey in one word, almost every single kid was like energetic, like every single kid.
Okay. All right.
I,
Good.
I've met your dad. I'm shocked. He looks like he's 40.
Yeah, yeah,
Who uh
he works hard.
who takes your family picture every year if you guys have one?
My aunt, my dad's sister, she's a photographer. She does it on the side.
Okay. Now, is she one of the people who kind of inspired you to start to get behind the camera?
Honestly, no. Honestly, no. Like it was literally all just God, just God orchestrating everything. Like I never even knew this was gonna happen. My whole goal was to play Division 1 baseball, like I said. And then arm injuries led to one thing to another. I'm out there coaching with my dad, pull out my iPhone one day, record, gets 30,000 views, and at that point it was like, holy shit, like Jesus, I got something.
Oh wait, so if God inspired you to do it, you can't be doing holy blank,
No,
and you can't. And you, I mean, you can. You just did. Um, Tell me a little bit. Do you critique your aunt when she takes the family picture? And has she taken one where you're like, okay, she did a great job. Tell us what.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all
I
right.
mean,
We need a sample of that. You got to give a shout out to her photography business.
I
Or
got you.
does she,
Shout out.
is it a business for her?
It's not a business. Actually, I think Osh's. I don't know that Osh's wife. His. I don't even know what she is, but she took the picture. But my aunt Kamei has taken the pictures in past years, and I do have. We have pictures up on our wall throughout our house from the ones that she took.
Yeah, yeah. No, show us one that your aunt took that was, that stood out. Now,
I got you.
how'd you find God? How did that happen? How did you get this spiritual um, compass in your life? How
Yeah,
and when did that happen?
yeah. I mean, so I've grown up in a house of faith. Particularly, our family is Christian. So I've always been around the church, uh, always been around people of faith, and that's led me that's orchestrated kind of my beliefs. But I had to find it for myself. Everybody is who they are, and you can claim to be something, but in your soul, you have to figure it out for yourself. So yeah, like I said, grew up in a Christian household. Uh, you know, now uh, I'm not gonna lie, I actually forget the question. What was the question?
Where'd that faith come from?
Where'd the faith come from? Yeah, I mean it just came from family members, from the people that I've been around. Like I said, doing my own research, finding God for myself. So YouTube University has a lot of great videos with atheists converted over to Christian, Islam, Muslim people, Nabil Qureshi, a devout Muslim that converted to Christianity, and just hearing people like that. Yeah, just hearing people like that was has
How
been
how
helpful.
important is it? How important is it to you to embrace grace and courtesy when you meet people who have beliefs that they don't share with you?
How important is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very important. It's very important. It's actually funny. Where my dad is leading an apologetic series where we go over apologetics is the defense of your faith. So not only how to defend your faith, but also how to approach other people that might not even be religious, which isn't a bad thing. But at the same time, it's like you when it comes to the approach, how to do it with love, how to do it with not with the big sign, hey, if you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to hell. Like
Yeah.
that's absolutely not the direction we want to go with.
Yeah.
And like you said with grace, we want to as Christians show love. So that's what I try to do, and that's what like I said, that's what I'm learning right now in our apologetic series.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your name, the spelling of your name. Where does that? Why is it spelled that way? Tell me just the origin of your name.
Yeah, so I'm a junior, so that means that my grandparents came up with that name first. Uh, I still haven't asked my grandmother why she chose the spelling of that. I have no idea.
Okay. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Ask her and record the answer and send it to us.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Sweet. Just for all of this, am I gonna get the stuff that you would like from me?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. Give us some stuff. We'll try to cook it up. We might ask you to do a little bit with it, but this is all about this. Like we said when this conversation started out, the
Yep.
Banditos just didn't that thing they did fell apart. That's not how we roll. We get something like we had a guy send me a clip today of someone who was interviewed and they called out a scout by name
Hmm.
who was not signing players of color.
Mm.
And when we interviewed him, I don't know if he realized that if we put that out, he's going to be throwing that guy under the bus. And if he wants to, that's his prerogative. But I'm not. I'm going to have his back. I'm not going to put it out there unless he really wants to call that person out. So that's just how this this platform runs. And so really kind of my
Yeah.
point to you is like, we're a filter, we're a proudly filtered platform. That social for some people is like, it's like a loaded weapon to some extent. They
Yeah.
don't really
No,
have
no,
a
no.
filter,
No.
right?
I was just asking
No,
with
no,
everything
I'm just
you
telling
were
you. This
saying.
is me riffing. This is me just
Okay.
riffing.
Okay.
I didn't think you didn't understand that, but yeah, no, it's good. This has been great. I mean, I really, really appreciate it a lot, and
Yeah. No doubt.
I could see you doing this at scale with a lot of different people, and you'll be surprised that dream that you said you have that can happen really soon. So let's talk a little more about like dreams numbers 2 and 3, because you got a bright future. You're a wonderful young man. We're really happy to have the
Thank you.
connection, and we'll get you some stuff. Let's just kind of riff back and forth. You get us
Yeah.
some
Sweet.
material, these things you talked about, but really interview your grandmother. I want you to interview her just for a brief, just for a hot minute of like,
Yeah.
hey, I've never asked this, but this old man asked me today about why I spelled my name this way. All right.
Yeah. You're not old, man. You're not old. Trust me.
I'm young energy. I promise you that. All right. I got your stomach. I got to get your dad's stomach. So working on it.
Sweet. Sweet.